Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome, welcome, one and all. We are just loading in now to a massive themed 4v4. Everyone's taking thematic armies, Lizardmen versus Skaven, of course. Figured this was a great way to kick off the new DLC. These guys just invited me in, and I figured why not? So let me just adjust a couple things here. My sound levels back to where they need to be. You know what, actually, let's take that down just slightly. I have been messing with my sound levels a little bit lately, guys, so I apologize if things are a bit out of whack, but let me know how the sound levels sound. Everything should be good. The music might be a little bit loud right now, but we can take that down just a couple notches. What's up, what's up? Anti-Mage, good to see you, man. We got Jake Woo. Welcome. Welcome, one and all. Yes, look at this. Look at this. Hello. Ooh, I should have adjusted my camera settings. It's a bit zoomed out. That's fine. Welcome. Yes, look at all of these lizards. 4v4. Each Lizardmen faction represented. We even got the new boy here, Mr. Tic-Tac-Toe himself, Pharaoh War, taking him. We've got El Halcon, I'm not sure. Davina. We've got Wicked in here, Reginald Puggington, both on the other side, some other wonderful players, so yeah. I think I'm going to take my massive skink horde up on this flank here, maybe? Yeah, let's go like that. We'll get the Croc scores as a second line. Let's get that in number 2. We got the Swole Skink himself, Tehenowin leading the way. Oh yeah, he's got his plaque out, on foot, ready to go. Decided to go with the super wide skink and croc score build. Just got all of the things here to back it up. I think we're going to have these skink boys back up this Saurus main line right here, just to give them some poison and some AP. So we'll give those guys a group 3. Let's give a big old support of some chameleon skinks here. We'll get a massive group 4. And that looks pretty good. Hey, Ross. Hello from Italy. Awesome. You know, actually, just recently, the store I was managing, I had an employee recently come through that was from northern Italy. It was an area around Milan. I can't remember exactly the town, but he used to own a pizzeria there. Yeah. Good to see him, man. Whereabouts in Italy? Just out of curiosity. I do, from playing a lot of Total War, I know a little bit about Italian geography. It's, you know, been central to a lot of history, so it tends to show up in Total War games. From Milan, awesome, beautiful, beautiful. That's definitely on my top 5 list of cities to visit in Europe, for sure. Like Milan, Venice, Prague, Vienna, maybe Berlin as number 5. Yep. Fun stuff. Speaking of medieval Europe, we can go ahead and cut that music out. Florence. Oh yeah, Florence is the epicenter, man. That's the OG Renaissance location for sure, so. Oh man, look at all this. We got Mazdamundi, we got Krokar, all the new lizards. We got some Salamanderos. We got Clever Girls. Yes. All the things. We are against... Oh, we outnumber the Skaven. We're as Lizardmen, we are outnumbering the Skaven. That's a good sign. That's a pretty good sign to start off with. Okay, let's hard group these guys, and we'll go ahead and start pushing up over here. Push up the main line. Let's get these guys moving over here. Tehenowin can just kind of chill back for now. You know what, actually, let's come up to the edge of the range right there. Totally fine to let these skink bros take that Giselle fire. That's totally fine to shoot at a nice cheap unit. But we're just going to roll all these croc scores up the flank here. This is probably going to be a little bit laggy, guys. I mean, there are 4,000 troops on each side, and we've got people connecting from all over the world, so apologies about the lag. But we'll try and push through a little bit here. Let's get these skink bros moving. We can do a little bit of damage. Is there a doom wheel over there? Looks like we've got some flayers. Okay, so we'll definitely need to get the Croxigors to move up and screen those flares. So let's come up like this. Tehenowin can come right here, and we'll just keep the poison up, and just keep rolling through. Yeah, I mean these slaves are just gonna get absolutely steamrolled. Meanwhile, over here, let's keep the skink bros moving up. Tehenowin's doing good. We've got these skink boys kind of moving out and around this way. I think the lag is stabilizing a little bit here, so that's decent. Okay. Let's kind of move these guys up over here. Let's just keep the Croxies moving. Tehenowin can come. We're gonna need to start throwing some magic damage on those Council Guard. Those Skaven slaves are routing without even being in combat. That's amazing. Yeah, those guys are gonna rout almost instantly. So let's just kind of push through there. We can move up here to start screening out some of those Council Guard. You know what, Tehenowin? You can actually go fight those Council Guard in melee, I think. And we'll just, let's roll these croc scores in here. Yeah. Oops. Let's keep rolling. Okay, we need this group to get in here against those flayers. We've got some Cold One Knights in support as well. Let's check these bros over here. Let's get you guys moving in. Ooh, waves of Skaven here. We do have a Hell Pit Abomination, but that's totally fine. Get you guys moving up. We really need to push this center pocket here where there's actually like expensive stuff. So Croc scores, you can go get on that Rattling Gun team. You guys are totally fine. Let's drop a nice Flock of Doom right here. And once we get in range, we'll buff the melee defense. You know what? Not great to go into those Storm Vermin, but that's totally fine. Let's get you guys kind of moved up a little bit here. We're going to need a Manticore here pretty soon to go in that back line, I think. So let's go ahead and pull one up. Hey, it's Bros. Good to see you, man. Let's go ahead and drop melee defense as well. We'll get some extra winds of magic. Oof, yeah, those Storm Vermin. We need to get rid of them pretty quick. But we're gonna throw this boy into the back line there. These Croxigors. You know what? I kind of should have deployed my skinks over there, but that's fine. We're pushing through pretty hard right now, so yeah, we're matched up against some Storm Vermin here, which is just great. Let's see if we can get kind of a surround on them. The Sword and Shield Storm Vermin are going to be a great matchup for these Red Crests here. We got some Croc scores way out of position in the back line, just causing an absolute ruckus, and that's fine. That is totally fine. Drop another Flock of Doom right here on these Council Guard. Just try and do as much magic DPS as possible. Those flayers are kind of getting in the flank of my skirmishers, which is not the best, but at the same time, those Cold One Knights are there as well. Let's drop the Croxigors back, and we can just leave the slaves fighting the Storm Vermin there. Yeah, we can just generally kind of pull the Croxigors away from these Storm Vermin. These three right here, we'll just throw them into another... Whoops, no, you three. We'll throw them into another group and just try and, like, body them up back here. Tehenowin is doing fine. We'll drop that. Where are you? Oh, you're over here still fighting the Council Guard, of course. Yeah, these Croc scores I probably put a little bit too far out here on their own, but we are starting to get some skinks able to push through. There are those two Hell Pits there, but if we can just kind of ignore them for the moment, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're doing good here. Let's focus fire on those guys. If we can just body all these guys at once, maybe that would work. Let's drop another Flock of Doom on those Council Guard. It's going to generate some great value there. Things are not necessarily going great for, I don't know who is on the far left, Tic-Tac-Toe. But it looks like Mazdamundi and Kroggar are doing okay in the center. It's kind of hard to tell with this massive 2v2, but it looks like our... oh, man. That's a little bit of an unfortunate banishment there. Kind of missed that a little bit. But that's okay. Mazdamundi's here. He's doing a ton of damage, so we can just roll these Croc scores through. Yeah, those Storm Vermin getting stood on by 3 units of Croc scores are not too happy. Let's go ahead and deploy another Manticore here. And yeah, we've got the red crests here. Starting to run out of steam a little bit. One of them did get terrified, which is not the best. Looks like we lost that croc score that went into the back line as well. But let's see here. Yep, okay. We'll throw some melee defense. Just help those skinks hold out a little bit there. Let's definitely take down those Jezzails there. Let's see, our croc score kind of bull rush can keep moving. Let's keep pushing up these skirmishers kind of in this forest area over here. In this jungle, so to speak. And yeah, oh man, this Croxagore rush right here. Oh man, we gotta grab the cinematic shot of these guys just pounding these storm vermin. That's what I want to see. And the Manticore is doing a great job taking down those Jezzails there, just making sure we don't take any ranged fire. We're gonna drop another Flock of Doom. Ooh, that's a juicy pocket right there. Those Saurus are holding up more Council Guard and more storm vermin as well, so we're gonna do that. The red crests, we kind of need to just pull back and regroup with them, I think. A lot of them are kind of routing a little bit. We're kind of overextended here. Let's go ahead and pop that Don't Die ability. But yeah, we just kind of need to wait. We're rolling up the flank pretty heavily here, so if we can free up a lot of these forces over on this side. Let's grab this Manticore here. He's, yeah, he's doing a pretty decent job, but maybe we want to come over here. Go after those Deathglow Bombardiers. He's still got a pretty good amount of time left on his timer, so let's get some more Winds of Magic for everyone. Keep in mind that I want to say that Arcane Conduit affects your allies as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's go ahead and rear charge these Storm Vermin right here with our little Death Ball of Croc scores. We do still have some Skinks here holding out with Tehenowin. Let's go ahead and rally to the cause. Oh man, those Rattling Gunners. We ought to probably shut them down. Looks like Tic-Tac-Toe's getting on top of them. There's still quite a few Skaven weapon teams over on the far side here, but they are going to start to run out of ammo eventually. That being said, the balance of power is not doing great, and I'm kind of a little bit concerned about these monsters here in the center as well. But let's see. If we can just support Mazda Mundi here. There's a Queek Head Taker here, so we can maybe try and come take him down. Let's get the Red Crest over this way. All these rallied units try and get over here. Sort of form up a second battle line. We need these Skink Skirmishers to kind of come start contesting this area. We do have quite a few routing units, and if we can get these Skink Skirmishers to get on that Hell Pit there, that would be awesome. But we'll see. We need to keep pushing these Croxagores through to the important stuff. There's not too much over here that we honestly need to worry about. Just some tattered Council Guard. But let's get some Skinks to come support here. Let's get this group. Uh-oh, we got a Rev Crystal in trouble here. Let's go try and bail him out. Let's throw another there. Let's try and deal as much damage as we can there. Oh man, we got some flares over there. That's not great. Skirmishers, focus fire on that Hell Pit there. Let's put them on guard mode just in case. Yeah, we did manage to help bail out this this Rev Crystal a little bit, which is pretty good. Let's keep these guys just rolling here. See if we can't get a good surround there. Queek is getting kind of beat up a little bit here. It's a little bit risky to have Tehenowin just fight Queek straight up like that, but we do have plenty of support, so I'm pretty confident. But, oh yeah, we're getting some good damage on that Hell Pit right now. That's great. And Queek's kind of taking a beating a little bit too. His leadership's not doing amazing. But, yeah, we need to stay out of range of those Skaven Slaves as much as possible here. Let's see. Let's get all the infantry. Oh, no, that's going to be way too much. Okay, just keep pulling back there. Oh, I kind of threw away my Croc scores a little bit, but that's okay. It did quite a bit of damage. But, yeah, that one Hell Pit's quite low. Let's get some more Winds of Magic. Let's get these red crests over here. Yeah, we need to take out those flayers, actually, so they're kind of isolated. Let's just kind of form up with the rest of the army here, and we'll just do this. Yeah, let's try and take out some of these monsters here. But the flayers definitely need to be priority target number 1 right now. Queek took a ton of damage right there, which was great. Let's throw some melee defense. Ooh, Skrulk's vulnerable too. He doesn't have much missile resistance. Let's see if we can't gun him down real quick. Nice. We managed to just wreck those flayers. That was a great pick. Okay, now let's watch out for this this hell pit right here. Kind of want Tehenowin to just go kill the hell pit. We're gonna try. With all these Croxies, I think we should be able to. But that's not the best. Some of these guys are in melee. Need to just kind of pull back there. Tehenowin gives all these guys poison attacks, so we can just wreck on. If these Temple Guard would attack, that would definitely be helpful. But we are currently just getting gunned down by those Rattling Gunners, which is definitely not ideal. But yeah, those guys, please. Thank you. Okay, that hell pit's pretty much dead. Let's just push past and see if we can't just push through to those weapons teams, maybe, because we gotta shut down those weapon teams. Right now, they're just picking us apart. These guys right here. Yeah, all my Croc scores just got routed. I think that might be game for us, honestly, but we'll see. You want to fight me, Skrulk? I'll fight you. No, come here. Come here. Let's see if we can't get Skrulk with the Skink Man. Just push through. Push through. We can finish off these Rat Ogres right here. Come on, we got this. Oh man, yeah, Tenwin's getting wrecked right now. It's too much. Yep, got terrified. Those 2 hell pits, that's way too much. I don't know, we still got some stuff left, but we'll see. I don't think these guys have enough ammo. I'm also letting them get caught up in melee. But the Salamander could maybe move into melee to help, but man, those Temple Guards got wrecked. They didn't do anything. Ooh, that was rough. I think the Skaven might have taken that one. It was a valiant effort. It has a pretty huge impact. You'll notice I have the portraits on 2D. It actually has a huge impact in my experience. It's quite massive, but all right, we'll charge these guys. I think that's pretty much it, but yeah, the Scryer weapon teams basically were untouched, so that was the main issue for us. I was able to roll up the Storm Vermin relatively well, considering what I had, but yeah, those Skaven weapons teams were just, they didn't get touched, practically. I mean, they did get touched, obviously. They took a lot of damage, but ooh, it's just too much in the late game. Yeah, and those flayers too, 111, 112 kills. Yeah, that's, oof. Man, flayers are just a little bit overpowered, I think, honestly. Yes, Zach. Unfortunately, we didn't do enough damage to Clan Scryer early on, and there you can see almost all their weapon teams are still alive. So, yep, that's just kind of how it goes. I did my part. I mean, we did pretty decently here. You can see, especially the croc scores, just mopped up basically all the storm vermin. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Yeah, this guy right here just didn't even touch his weapon teams, and the 2 flares, of course. Ugh, just gross. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Puggington's Plague Priest as well got a ton of kills. His Council Guard, the Warp Lightning Cannons, it was just brutal all the way around. Both the Hell Pits as well did pretty decently. Oof. Yep. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for me. Well, what do you think, guys? Think Skaven are in a good place now? I was gonna do some testing, so let's go ahead and take a look. I haven't got the chance to deep dive on tic-tac-toe yet, so let's see. Sorry, Zach. I know it was kind of a shocking moment for everyone, but let's see. I just am curious to check some stuff on tic-tac-toe. So if we have a look at his abilities here, he only has a flying mount. He's don't have any mount choices, so he only comes flying. He's got Master of the Skies, so it's duration, a 31-second augment on himself. It recharges only if he's in the air. Okay, so it won't recharge if he's on the ground, but you get 45 melee defense and 24% speed. That's a huge amount of melee defense. That puts him up to, what, 95 melee defense? That's really good. He's got Deadly Onslaught for better AP and charge bonus. That's great. Drop Sphere of Tepok is a special drop rock. I guess it does extra damage. We'll have to check that out in just a minute here. Blade of Ancient Skies. Again, if he's in the air, he gets plus 15 melee attack and extra armor piercing and weapon damage. So that's, yeah, going to be pretty decent. Put him up to, what, 70 melee attack? Not bad at all. And again, if he's flying, flying units within an area of effect get plus 9 melee defense and plus 18 armor, so that's pretty decent. That's going to give these guys pretty decent armor, actually. Let's see. Riperdactyls have 45, so yeah. Let's check some things out. I know Reptile King was wanting to help with some testing, so let's see if he's still around. If not, I can just test against the AI, but... But yeah, tic-tac-toe, he's got 20% physical resistance, only 15 armor, so he is pretty squishy in that way. Against, you know, missile fire, he'll be pretty squishy, but let's see. Looks like Pharaoh wants to jump in, so we'll go ahead and host up a multiplayer lobby right here. Let's go ahead and hide the super secret password. All right. All right. Looks like Reptile King unfortunately had to take off, so we're going to be getting Pharaoh War in here instead. Alright, so I want to test out Lizardman stuff here, so let's go to Tlaqua. Yeah, we're going to have him bring a Star Dragon, maybe a couple Star Dragons. He is dirt cheap, too. Even with both of his items, he's only rocking 1,700, so realistically, for the same cost as a Star Dragon, you could be looking at, potentially him plus a Ripperdactyl. The Colossedon Hunters, of course, with their anti-large, going to be really, really good here. But let's just see. With just these two, it should be about the same price as a Star Dragon. Sure, we can hop on Discord. Da-da-da-da. Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, Dov.
Hey, welcome. Can you hear me?
I'm not getting you. Hold on.
Discord being Discord.
Oh, of course it is. Hey, man. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Hey, chat.
Welcome. Yes, indeed. So I was wanting to test out Tic-Tac-Toe just because I haven't really got the chance to play around with him yet.
Okay.
So if you want to bring a couple Star Dragons, I'm going to bring him plus a unit of Ripperdactyls. How much is a Star Dragon? They're what, 2,800?
2,400.
2,400. Oh, okay. A little bit less than I was thinking, but still, we'll do Tic-Tac-Toe plus one Ripperdactyl because I'm pretty sure alone he'll get canned, but bring two, and I'm going to bring a Rev Crystal just so we can kind of heal him up in between. And we'll see how it goes. And maybe also bring a unit of Swordmasters just so I can drop a rock on their heads and see what it does.
Swordmasters. Also, let me get an unarmored unit so we can see what's the difference.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do multiple tests because I think it only has one charge. Yeah, it only has one charge, but...
Which is really weird.
Magical Rock causes a rather large explosion that stuns enemies, slowing them down for the kill. Interesting. So you know what, actually, maybe instead of Swordmasters, do you want to bring Dragon Princes? Because I think using this on Cav is probably going to be pretty, if you can time it right, going to be pretty decent.
Okay, just to push the gold amount we have to the top, and then we can test unit by unit. Like, get a lot of dragons, get a lot of, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Let's...
yeah, we can do that.
Just go custom funds here. Yeah. Max it out.
So I got 4 Star Dragons, 4 Dragon Princes, 4 Swordmasters of Hoeth, 4 Spearmen. So we can try the rocks on everything.
Oh yeah, because they buffed the regular drop rocks on even just the regular dudes, huh?
They did, yeah. Get more.
Oh yeah, I'll have to... I want to bring the Regiment of Renown too. See, if you sunder the armor first, on a high armor unit, and then drop some rocks.
That's going to be really hard to do, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably only work against relatively immobile factions, but...
Yeah, exactly.
If they bring like a Chaos Line Rush,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Or maybe like if you have a cav in a net or something, then just drop the rocks on them.
Oh yeah. Get a nice Mazdamundi Overcast, because if you take Mazdamundi and Croc, you get, double Greater Arcane Conduit, which is just amazing.
Oh, damn, I never thought about that. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, you get pretty obscene amounts of Winds of Magic.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Okay, I've got some stuff.
And I've got some stuff. I got 4 Star Dragons, 4 Dragon Princes, 4 Swordmasters, 4 Spearmen.
Cool.
Anything else you want to test?
I think that's pretty much it. I'm just going to spam Pterodons, and we'll just drop rocks on everything. And I also have some Colossedon. I have the Colossedon Hunters and some more Ripperdactyls just to, have them support against the Star Dragons.
Let's get the Phoenix Guard. Okay, let's do it.
Zach Waite says hello. We've got Sasbros in here. Imagine a giant magic rock dropping on your head. Yeah, that sounds brutal. Absolutely brutal. But yeah, man, new Skaven, the new stuff is very strong.
Like the last game, the 4v4, the themed one.
Mm-hmm.
I had a caster on a ancient Stegodon. They killed him in 3 volleys.
Oof.
The the Giselles with the Rattling guns. They were like
Oh,
two
man.
Giselles with Rattling guns, 3 volleys. The guy was like, I was busy fighting in the back line with Tic Tac Toe and his flying squad. I look a second later, he's running away.
One interesting thing to note that I did not realize, Tic-Tac-Toe has Vanguard, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. It's
You
pretty
can
cool.
take like a massive Sky Vanguard and just get right in your opponent's face. That's awesome. Alright. So let's fight a
fast
Star
forward.
Dragon first.
You want him to fight or just stand there and eat it?
You can charge in.
Okay.
Just like reflected off his face.
Yeah.
Oh man. We'll see. We'll see how much damage he takes here. He does have 104 melee defense right now, so you know that's pretty good. The Star Dragon's not getting hits on his melee attacks, and the Colossadon hunters are just ripping him to shreds. So yeah, this is definitely completely viable. Wow.
And also, there's a good combo here. When you pop the Colossadon Hunter's ability and pop the Primal Instincts or whatever it's called from Tic Tac Toe, it removes the Rampage.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that. How about that? The Toad Rage.
Pretty cool. It's really good. It's really
Oh
good.
man, they didn't even take much damage on that. Wow, that's
I was
really
attacking
strong.
Tic-Tac-Toe, though.
Okay, I'm gonna pull back. Wow, so they basically just killed one Star Dragon, no problem, with those 2 units. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Hey, Queek, we're just testing out Tic-Tac-Toe, the new flying stuff, and man, he's a beast, huh? That's pretty impressive. I mean, a Star Dragon's a good benchmark for a lot of things. While I'm waiting on that, I think I'm gonna just try one Ripperdactyl, like rear charging a Dragon Prince, real quick, while they're healing up.
You can fast forward, by the way.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
True that. Move these guys across here. Maybe we'll go drop a rock on these Phoenix Guard. Take them off fire at will so they don't start. Whoa! Why? Why Google? Quiet. Go away. Stop. Stop. What was that? That was freaky. Okay. Alright, so they're rear charging these Dragon Princes.
Let's charge back now.
That was pretty decent damage considering that this is not the anti-large one. They're just supposed to be anti-infantry. That's not bad at all. That's definitely much better than cost. I mean, they do get beat in the end there, but still, that was very cost effective. Okay, drop rocks.
Try another one.
That was alright. It did decently against an armored unit. Let's try one of the spearmen now. Oh my god, my pterodons are like all scared standing next to the Star Dragon. Just like, oh, it's spooky.
Also, you should try the, what did I want to say? There's something I wanted to tell you. I forgot. Okay, it doesn't matter.
I could just a hair. Not that much. Screw
This
it.
is good.
Yeah, it does more against unarmored units, but
Yeah.
let me try something. I'm gonna send out Lord Croak, and if you want to like blob up around him, and then we'll try it. If it's like on a more dense blob, you know.
You want armored blob or unarmored blob?
Maybe like a mix.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my god, the pterodons are shooting Techless. Stop. Alright, you spearmen. Come here.
Why is Techless? Okay, let's blob up.
We'll give him a heal so he doesn't die. Oh, Krog's gonna die. I gotta get these guys in position. Okay, here we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was gonna deliver you, but never mind. Yeah, I mean that was decent. If you can get it on a really tight blob like that's definitely. I mean, it did okay damage. Okay, let's try.
Can you throw in the anti-infantry unit versus Phoenix Guard? What are they called?
Oh yes, the Ripperdactyls.
Yeah, I want to see who will do better. I think the Phoenix Guard should win it, but still.
I'll like charge from the rear. Like let's say you're engaged with some skinks in the front, and I come down and rear charge.
Whoa!
Man, that initial burst is really nice.
Whoa!
I mean, once they turn around, they get massacred pretty bad. Like, they don't even get through the martial prowess. But that initial charge, like, if you're aggressively cycle charging them back and forth, you could probably make that work. I mean, if it, like, once you take care of their mass, like, basically, here's the way I see it playing out, is, like, if a high elf player brings a cav heavy build, which is pretty popular, right? Like, mass dragon princes, all you have to do is, like, tie down their dragon princes. You can beat them up pretty bad. With like a massive alpha strike of Ripperdactyls, and then you just cycle charge their infantry to death once you take care of their mobility. But it'll be interesting to see how well that actually works.
Yeah. But that burst damage was huge. Like you took down 50% of the health.
Yeah, that was massive for sure.
Yeah.
Let's try Tic-Tac-Toe and the non-ROR Ripperdactyls against a Star Dragon to see how much of a difference like the Colossodon hunters were making, since they're anti-large.
Okay, this time I'll attack the Ripperdactyls, not Tic-Tac-Toe.
Okay, hang on just a sec. Let me get these guys in a group. Okay. And we'll do this so I can make sure to pop all the buffs. Nope, that's not it. Okay, and we'll go back to fast forward. Yeah, I mean, even still, he's doing more damage to them, but he hasn't got any hits on Tic-Tac-Toe so far, and he's just ripping them apart. Man, that's intense.
Oh, damn, that's a hit.
What do you think is the most powerful flying character in the game? Maybe a Chaos Lord on a Star Dragon, or on a Chaos Dragon, or do you think the Prince on a Star Dragon, or maybe Karl Franz?
Chaos Lord on the Chaos Dragon, by far the most strongest.
Okay, let's try that. Yeah, well, yeah. Let me first just see how the Armor Sundering drop rocks, like if that makes much of a difference.
Okay, cool.
So let's queue up two of these guys.
Yeah, I agree, Zach. The Ripperdactyls will take a huge chunk out of the multiplayer.
For sure. I mean, it's just going to mean that you can't air abuse the Lizardmen anymore like vampire counts. Like, oh man, I'm just waiting for someone to take like a Terrorgeist build and then to come in with, you know, that.
And then you could just come in with only Tic-Tac-Toe and the Ripperdactyls.
Oh man. Just like one ground unit like hidden in the corner, and the rest just all Pterodons and Ripperdactyls.
Oh, this is so... I'm sure we're gonna see that shit. I am sure that...
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're almost in range here. We can go ahead and drop the rocks of Armor Sundering and then scoot. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. Holy cow. Those rocks do a lot more damage.
Yeah.
And then we'll...
Fast. Only 10 seconds remaining. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them hadn't stood back up yet, so their formation wasn't very dense, but, I mean, those guys drop rocks does a lot more damage. Let me also try Tic-Tacs himself.
Tic-Tacs actually does pretty good. It has a big explosion.
Well, those Sword Masters are in a nice little square. I think that looks like a great target.
You want me to thin them out or keep them square?
Keep them in a nice little square. Like, let's say you get an ideal blob situation. Oh, forgot about the timer. That's fine. I can bomb some Chosen.
Okay. Right, let me go. Chaos. My favorite faction. After Tomb Kings, of course.
Chaos is Still very, very strong, of course, as always.
Let's get a couple of Shaggoths. Chosen great weapons.
Would you take Tic Tac to air buffs 400 gold for only air combat? That's a good question. I mean, if you don't take his items, he's quite a bit cheaper. Granted, you don't get quite as many buffs to himself when he's flying, but I don't know. Like, if you're expecting to have to fight in the air, I think you do take it. But, like, let's say you're taking him against the dwarves. I think you could cut a lot of these and just take him super cheap. And I'll have a lord that can do backline disruption because he's nice and mobile and also is relatively cheap. Like, if I were against the dwarves, I would probably cut both of these. And I might even cut Master of the Skies as well and just take Deadly Onslaught and the Drop Rock. But against another flying faction, like if I'm going up against Vampire Counts, Chaos even, because the Chaos Dragon is a really good counter for Lord Croc. By the way, I'll show you that here right now, but... Alright, you ready?
I got 4 Chosen, 4 Shaggoth, 4 Forsaken. Anything else you need?
Ooh, Shaggoths. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll bring Pterodons again, just a whole bunch, and I'll bring a couple Salamanders as well to test out their DPS against like the Shaggoths.
Yeah.
See the lizard nukes again. Doing good, Zaxton. Doing good. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Just you know, enjoying some good old testing. See how all this stuff stacks in. Yeah, this matchup is going to be super interesting now because Croc just like deletes your infantry. Like, I don't know, you can't really take like Chosen and stuff now, which used to be a super common tactic, like to see either Chosen with shields or Chosen with halberds. But we'll see now. It's going to be a whole new world for sure.
Oh yeah, I should have taken some Chosen with halberds.
Okay, let's do this. Alright, so first, just to demonstrate something, come breathe fire breath on Lord Croc real quick. I'll make sure my salamanders aren't going to shoot you.
Is he weak to fire?
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is. Oh my god, he's gonna poof in one
So
breath.
just to show, for people who are having issues with Lord Croc, this is a viable counter. Yeah, it does a lot of damage to him. He does have missile and magic resistance, so Fireball probably isn't the best, but that Fire Breath does a lot of damage. And obviously, if you pop all his buffs and charge, you'll kill him pretty quick.
Let's try a charge on him. A simple one. Oh, of course he misses.
Right, 12 melee defense, still misses the melee attack.
Yeah, of course, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Oh, you have like a 90% chance to hit.
And he went with the 10%. Imagine that.
So yeah, so anyway, with that's sort of a good demonstration of how to counter Lord Croc. And now, pop all your buffs, and, well, obviously once I get a little closer, and we'll do the real fight, what everyone wants to see here.
Alright, let's go. Right now I have 98 melee attack, 695 weapon strength.
Yeah, 71 melee defense. I mean,
Yeah.
Tic-Tac-Toe's up there in terms of his stats. He's at 104 melee defense. The Clawsodon Hunters are getting torn up, but they are getting hits in. We'll see. Yeah, now that a lot of the Chaos stuff is getting close to wearing off, we'll see. I think Tic-Tac-Toe might lose this one. I think this is probably one of the few that can contest the air.
Yeah, the Chaos Lord on a dragon is just... I told you before, I was trying to test with him. He is super good.
Do keep in mind, though, that I can heal my units.
Yeah, exactly.
And you cannot. I don't know. I think they're going to pull this one out. I think now that he's turned around and he's attacking tic-tac-toe, they're hitting him in the back. He's getting stagger locked. I think they got this. They turned it around. It took a lot more damage, but I think they can do it. Oh, it's going to be close.
Well, -3 leadership. Will he break? -20, he's out.
Yep. And keep in mind also, guys, this is with no magic on either side. I mean, obviously with Chaos, you'd probably want Cascading Fire Cloak just to get the Kindle Flame and to get more melee defense and AP. On the Lizardman side, if you're taking Ten and Juan, then you have to take a Skink Priest, which means Beasts or Heavens. Probably in this match, Heavens is going to be better. I don't know. If you want, you could take an extra Manticore, obviously. That's going to make a big difference in an aerial fight. But yeah, okay, let's get one hunting pack ready. Yeah, that is a good point, Zach. The Rippers didn't get the initial surround on the Dragon initially. So, yeah, and plus, that's another good point, too. Remnants is if you have Lord Croc, then you have that other Shield of the Old Ones as well. So you can use that to get extra damage resistance. 44% damage resistance, which would make a pretty significant impact on that engagement. So, alright, let's see with the Summoners of Rage now. If we unload with the Salamanders. So we got the one hit, that gives them flammable, makes them slower, and it makes them weaker to fire. And now the main unit, come on guys. See a volley. It doesn't do a ton to these guys.
Yeah.
I think monstrous infantry, weirdly, you see they have a hard time actually hitting, and I think the explosion damage doesn't matter as much against monsters.
Yeah, I think if the Cav, I just tried it versus the Knights of the Blazing Sun. They got wrecked in that match.
Yeah, I had a game against Gojiro. He was playing Greenskins, and they destroyed Orc War Biggins, like no question, but. This one, they are doing damage, it's just taking a little bit more time. Because, again, you can see a lot of the missiles pass through the unit. So, yeah. Maybe with the Shaggoth it'll be easier with a single entity. Although, again, in that same game, I had them shooting at a... What was it, an Arachnorok Queen? And even still, like... especially with the Queen, like, moving around, doing attack animations, you know, bobbing and weaving, they still had a hard time hitting. Because the missiles are just so slow, and they have a pretty wide spread. So we'll see. Kind of a weird unit in that it's like good against Cav, but Cav is also its counter, right? Because it's about as fast as Cav. Like good anti-large Cav will work it over pretty quick, but let's see. The initial hit gives the flammable, and that's pretty good. That's not terrible. I mean, it's kind of like a unit of handgunners almost in terms of damage per volley, but yeah, I mean, it's not super accurate. It's pretty decent. I don't know. Hard to say. Whoops.
Dav, can you hear me, man?
I can, yeah. It's just a little quiet. Hang on.
Yeah.
There we go. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Please go away, Nexus Mod Manager. Okay. Are you there, Pharaoh?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Cool. So, yeah, I mean, they were able to eventually rat off that Shaggoth. It just takes a little bit of time. I think they're going to be... Yeah, let's try them against some Chaos Warriors, or those Chosen. Yeah, that looks great. They look like a great target.
Fast forward, man.
Yes.
Chosen will take forever to go there.
Yes, they will. I'll run towards you as well, which I can do. Okay. The damage against infantry is not terrible either, and considering they're supposed to be like an anti-large type unit, because the explosion is pretty decent, like, it's not bad. I mean, it's not super efficient, but in a pinch, you know.
It'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work.
They do also have armor piercing in melee, do they? Yes they do, okay. So we could soften them up and then go ahead and just, like, charge. I don't know. Chosen have such good stats, they're probably just going to wreck them, but... Yeah, these guys have pretty poor... Their attack and defense is just not great. The monster, on the other hand, being a monster, will take a while, but... I think it's still going to lose. Oh, man.
Love the Chosen.
Chosen just have such good stats. It's amazing.
They already have 13 more melee defense than the melee attack of the Ancient Salamander.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Salamander's pretty decent at range. Not great in melee. Good to know. Let's now try... What should we try? Let me charge some of your Chosen with great weapons with these Ripperdactyls and see what happens. And we'll also charge a Forsaken just because.
Zach is suggesting to increase accuracy, to give him some levels up, like level up the...
To buff their accuracy? Yeah, I mean, it could be nice. Like, that's why probably the Regiment of Renown is a decent pick, because it's already leveled up for better cost. The main issue, yeah, they did some decent damage on the charge there, but oof, they just take so much damage on the return. You have to be pretty quick. Obviously, we're on fast forward right now, so on regular speed, you could probably cycle charge that out pretty quick. But the Forsaken, I'm expecting to actually do pretty well because they have such ridiculous weapon strength. Although their melee defense and health is not great, but...
They have much faster attack animations as well.
That is true. They have one of the fastest attack animations, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But they still lost out just barely. I mean, it was pretty close, but yeah, interesting. Apologize to anyone wearing headphones. Tried to mute myself in time, was not able to. But yeah, I mean, with mass amounts of them, I think is a thing. Like run out one of your Chosen all by its lonesome. See, now this is obviously going to be super one-sided, but I'm just curious to see how quickly, like if you just overload one unit, how quickly can they take him down, you know? I don't know. With the Chosen, it'll be interesting because, I mean, they're Chosen, right? But they're doing okay, but they still just get torn apart, you know, eventually. I think the mass Pterodons is going to be a problem. You know, if you're able to isolate some slower infantry, like let's say you're playing against the dwarves, if you kind of pick them apart a little bit, and just find those isolated pockets and pounce, it's going to be rough. Definitely going to be rough. Let's see. You want to throw one of your Exalted Heroes out here, just for curiosity's sake? We'll throw him up against one of the regular Rippers. It still has mostly full health. I think the Exalted Hero will probably win this, but I'm just curious to see if you trade 1-to-1 here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that's really bad for the Exalted Hero. Oh, they just killed him. Oh, man. Oh, wow. He
just got thrashed.
Yeah, they still have 7 unit models, too. So, like, with Apotheosis or something, you know? Oh, man. That's brutal. Ripperdactyls are really good, guys. Yeah, they are living up to their name, for sure. Wow. So, Ripperdactyls are the answer, I think, for Lizardmen for a lot of situations. You know, it's interesting. In the early access, I had a replay with Turin. I don't think he ever showed it, but we had one where, not tic-tac-toe, but Tehenuin with some Ripperdactyls just wrecked like Albrecht and a flying goon squad of Hippogriffs. I was super surprised by that, but now I kind of understand Ripperdactyls. I mean, they're the thing is, it's 8 unit models, right? And they have so much weapon strength, 130 weapon strength, 98 AP. That's so much AP. That's almost 100 AP per swing, and they have 44 attack baseline with frenzy, so that's 50 melee attack. I mean, baseline. That's crazy. That's so much melee attack. That means they're going to hit most units pretty consistently, right? So, whew. Yeah, that's so cool, man. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Let's try one more. I'm just trying to think what else. I've already done a lot of testing with Red Cress. Red Cress will trade. They don't trade like straight up with most units that are more expensive than them. Like I tested them against like White Lions, and they did pretty well, but it wasn't super cost effective. They're not really meant as kind of like a frontline unit. They're more of a like a nasty skulker type. I don't know. What do you think, Pharaoh? Have you had a chance to try them?
Yeah, I use them as a flanking unit.
Yeah, exactly.
To help out with cav fights. I keep a javelin behind them, and then with the poison, and they're quite fast for an infantry unit. So they can just trap up down cavalry with the poison from javelins or skink skirmishers. They do pretty well.
Yeah, that's mostly been my experience as well. Sometimes I use them in support, like if you have Croxigors on top of them, that's a lot of AP plus the poison. So like against the dwarves, for example, like I was using them in concert with regular skinks and Croxigors to just like you fix them on one side with regular skinks, like then you like you said, run around the flank, you get the poison and AP in the back, and then maybe Croxigors as well for additional AP anti-infantry. Like they're just a great like supporting infantry. And I think with the Lizardmen now, you can take a lot of numbers, and like whether you need some extra poison for your Saurus front line, or whether you're going with like mass skinks and focusing more on your dino play, like they just give you another kind of mid-tier DPS option. And I will say they do trade pretty well against lower tier troops because of the frenzy, and they have pretty good DPS. Like they'll rip through like like Ungors, like men at arms, stuff like that, pretty easy without too much issue.
Actually.
So. Yeah. Yeah, Red Crest do fill almost the same niche, you're right, Tom, as Skulkers. It's just instead of the Smoke Bomb, which is an active effect, like you have to use it, they have Poison, which is passive, which is kind of nice. But it's also not as much of a speed debuff, so it's a bit of a trade-off in that way. But yeah, super cool. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to test? We mostly got to see where Tic-Tac-Toe's at. He is considering the cost, he is a scary, scary air specialist.
He is pretty awesome. I had a couple of matches in multiplayer. Like, he beat the crap out of Carl Franz, for example.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Carl Franz. Let's try it.
Yeah, we could do that one. Carl Franz is well known to be one of the best aerial combatants in the game, so yeah, we could do that. You got to send me those replays, too, by the way, so I can cast them on the channel for the people.
Yeah, I will do, but I already... It's gone. Like, I forgot. I don't usually save replays now because I stopped, streaming and stuff.
Yeah, no worries.
So, yeah. So there's Carl Franz. You know what? Let's help him with buffs as well. So Jade Wizard, give him a heal. And you do the same thing. Like, see whatever like buff you can use on Tic-Tac-Toe and use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, let's like put it in a situation where it's actually viable, like in the match.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get.
So I guess I'm going to need a caster then.
I know most people don't do that, but when I get Carl Franz and a Jade Wizard, I also get the Shield of Thorns.
Yeah, and most people don't use Shield of Thorns. Most people just only go for healing. But Shield of Thorns, I mean, sometimes you have a healing cap, right? Like you can only heal so much. So
no, it's not about that. It's about 50% more attack damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Karl Franz becomes like a killing machine after. Hey Vlad, long time man. Alright, you wanna test anything else with Empire?
I think that was pretty much it. I'll bring some extra Ripperdactyls just to test against, like, Demigryph Knights. Maybe if you want to bring a couple Demis with halberds.
I got them.
Cool. That was pretty much the only thing I wanted to see.
Also, Zach, you said something about the skinks put on the the Saurus. It's never really a good idea to do that. You don't want two infantries on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can work with, like, with the big and small, but generally it's better to go around and hit him from the side or the flank anyway, because you're going to be bypassing melee defense that way. But
you want monstrous infantry on top of infantry.
Yes.
Not infantry on top of infantry.
Like because, having Kroxigors on top of your Saurus, or your Skinks.
Exactly. That's a pretty good idea. Alright, I'm ready.
Especially the smaller type infantry. Like if you have, for example, you're playing Greenskins. If you have a bunch of trolls, like it's probably better to stick them on top of goblins, honestly, than to stick them on top of like Black Orcs or something.
Yeah, like the best case scenario is putting them on top of Night Goblins, because their poison helps a lot.
Yes. Yep. Alright, so did you want to do... Yeah, we'll do this. Okay.
So, just hold on 1 second. Fast forward.
Just to get some magic.
Exactly.
Alright. You ready?
Ready?
Oh, I brought too many units. I can't summon a Manticore.
Okay.
Oh, well. That's fine. We'll do it without the Manticore summon.
So Karl is up to 701 weapon strength, 82 melee attack, 70 melee defense, and he's getting thrashed.
Yeah, he's getting hit on. The thing is, 104 melee defense on Tic-Tac-Toe means that, like, any character, even juiced up as much as they can go, like, maybe if you had a warrior priest, you could get him over 100 melee attack, but
no one will ever use a warrior priest on the ground next to Karl Franz.
Right, like running around, like shouting at him in the air, like, "Hey, Karl, hit him hard!"
Like buffing him up. It's like, "Go, Karl, do it! You can do it!
You got it, Karl!"
Don't fire it! Don't fire it! Now that's called fast micro.
That's how you dodge magic missiles. Okay, so yeah, Karl, and I'm assuming you were trying to dump as much healing into him as you could.
I did one.
Yeah,
that's the
only one regrowth. Yeah, you don't really have time for more, but yeah, I mean...
No, I did an Earthblood, not even a regrowth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so much damage burst, and with the buffs, like, I didn't even get to summon a Manticore, so that's even without that, but, like, if I had Heavens and I was using, like, Harmonic Convergence, plus, I mean, the Lore of Heavens debuff Sky units as well, right? So, hey, Black Phillip, good to see you, man. Yeah, so Tic-Tac-Toe is probably, I mean, granted, this is all, I've been testing him with the Colossedon Hunters, which is basically best case scenario, but these two in tandem can take out any flying character in the game, I think.
Yeah.
Like, literally anyone in the air, they will kill. Like, I don't think it's even worth testing against, like, Lewin or, like, the Blood Dragon Lord or the, what's his bucket?
Yeah,
we could maybe do LC for the Red Duke, because he has that single target debuff that lowers melee defense. I'm curious to see. Maybe he can do it.
Alright, so Red Duke with Elsif. But yeah, like, if you're gonna pick Tic-Tac-Toe, you need the Colossedon Hunters.
Yes, I think, yeah. They are pretty expensive, and they're squishy, too. Only 45 armor, so... And he's squishy, too, so, like, against... If a faction that can take a ton of missiles, I don't know. Like, Wood Elves... I mean, granted,
Yeah.
if you're worried about like Hawk Rider spam, you know, Hawk Riders will get torn to shreds. But at the same time, if they take traditional archers, you're in big trouble.
All right, so Red Duke. I think the Red Duke is the only thing that's worth testing.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just bring my hero squad.
Yeah.
And the Colossadon Hunters, of course.
Can I get what I get with the Red Duke, like, in multiplayer?
Yeah, yeah. If you want to bring any supporting characters for additional buffs, like what you would normally take. Malekith can win. So does Prince on a Star Dragon. I don't think so. If a Chaos Lord on a Chaos Dragon loses, I don't think Malekith can win.
No, Malekith can win because he's got Soul Stealer.
I guess that's true, huh? Because it does
Yeah.
damage to single entities.
Exactly. Like, Malekith can do a lot of damage, actually. Let's try it after this one.
Okay.
But the Prince on a Star Dragon would lose horribly.
Yeah, Prince on a Star Dragon is basically the same as the Chaos Lord. Like,
Yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot to get ground units.
we'll just make it quick.
Yeah, okay.
Summon some zombies.
I don't have it.
You could send your caster to go fight Croak.
No, I'm sending my caster to fight.
Oh, fight in the air. Okay, makes sense.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Too much.
It's a lot. Cyril Curse the Midnight Wind. I don't know. I don't know. It's... Oh, man. This is probably the closest. I don't know. It's just so much. Especially with the Heavens caster supporting. Like, I didn't even use the Shield of the Old Ones, too. If I pop this... As I said, if I pop this... There it is.
And then he falls.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
so, the new Skaven troops are definitely OP. If you get like a lot of Rattling guns and a lot of Giselles and a lot of Skaven slaves, you'll win.
Yeah, plus the flayers. I mean, flayers are just brutal right now.
Yeah. There's no way you can beat that.
No. For some factions, it's going to be super hard, but... Alright, yeah, let's test Mr. Malekith.
So I got him with Destroyer, and yeah, I always get him with Destroyer. Yeah, I agree, Vlad. I think he can do it. But with the help of the Colossadon Hunters, you know, probability.
Yeah, we'll see. With the Colossadon Hunters, I don't know. And with me having other support as well, we'll see.
Alright, so you want to wait for some magic?
Sure. We can wait for some magic.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't get into this fight without magic, tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, you would
Fast
definitely want
Yeah.
Soul Stealer for this.
Yeah. So how much is Soul Stealer? 18, and Words of Pain, and Word of Pain is 8, so that's 26. And 18 and 12, that's 30, okay.
Yeah, Jazales are just amazing right now. Rattling Gunners, I think, are fine. Like, I think they're fine the way they are. Jazales, I think, are just a little bit, maybe just a little bit too strong, and Flayers are definitely too strong. Like, the fact that they can beat Cav no problem is an issue, I think. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll use the Toad Rage. The engagement's kind of awkward this time. Like, they're not getting a great surround on him. Tic-Tac-Toe's like having a hard time getting in contact himself.
Try to get in. Try to get in surround. Like, play as if you're playing. You know, just get a surround. Like, click behind me and then attack me.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. This is going to work much better.
I think that's the main thing, is that the Pterodons can get a full surround, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, even Malekith. It's just too much.
Oh, yeah, that combo is just too much.
So
I did everything. Like, I casted Words of Pain on the Colossodon to take them down. I casted Soul Stealer, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so much. Especially with Croc giving that extra damage resistance. Like, it's brutality.
Yeah.
Take this, you silly sisters. Oh, they're gonna run. Oh, we didn't get to see a deliverance of it to go off. Oh, man.
Why, Vlad?
Yeah, my thing about Rattling Guns Black Phillip is they have short enough range that, I mean, it's not the biggest issue in the world. I honestly think they could maybe nerf the range of Jazales to like 250 and it would be fine. I think 300's maybe a little bit too long, but I don't know. I need to play some more and see, especially with certain factions. The thing about the Skaven stuff is it's like very obviously easy to use, and I don't mean that in like a rude way or anything, but like it's just like the new Skaven stuff is very clear. Whereas the Lizardman stuff, I think, is going to take a little bit more nuance and time to kind of figure out exactly how it all meshes together. But, yeah, Skaven are looking really, really strong right now. But
Vlad, I was actually attacking the Colossodon Hunters. I wasn't attacking Tic-Tac-Toe.
Yeah, I mean, you killed two models, but...
Two models. I was actually attacking them, not Tic-Tac-Toe.
I had harmonic convergence on them, and, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
With the other buff from Tic-Tac-Toe, they're surprisingly tanky in melee.
Yeah, the combo is just a little bit too strong, I think. Well, it's not strong. They should do that.
Yeah, it should be strong, right? Because that plus 9 melee defense on them puts them up to 40, which is pretty decent melee defense.
Yeah.
And the Toad Rage, of course, the extra weapon damage, so much. Yeah. We'll see. We'll kind of see how things shake out a little bit. I'm curious to know exactly what form the meta takes, but
I'm really enjoying playing Lizardmen right now.
Yeah, me too. Lizardmen are definitely they're in a fun
really
place.
Good to play, like very fun. Yeah, they're a little bit OP as well because it's a DLC, so CA has to like give them so people will actually buy the DLC. And stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go that far. I think it's more just the fact that they don't have enough people working on the balance team, but.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, Lizardmen, I mean, well, their stuff in certain matchups too, like greenskins get wrecked. There's no chance against the Lizardmen now. Same thing with the Skaven too. The greenskins are just in a horrible place in both those matchups now. But like high elves have a
like,
really hard time with the lizardmen. Bretonia is basically impossible now. Yeah, especially because like if you just challenge them in the air, like that takes away their one good option for dealing with the dinos, right?
That's it.
Just kill the hippogriffs and then you win.
Actually, we should try that. Hold on. Where's Bretonia? Luen on his whatever. You there, man?
Yeah. You want to do Lewin or Albric on with the hippogriff, like with a unit of hippogriffs?
All right, we can do Albric. Yeah, Albric sounds better. I would get Albric in this matchup.
Yeah, because the AoE bonus versus large now is going to be really good here.
So a Royal Hippogriff. And someone on and a heel on foot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Malekith can bring the crossbow flying force, but I could also bring pterodons that will just shoot them, and they can shoot while they're moving and shoot 360s. So. Yeah.
Here's the thing, Vlad. Like, air contestation, is that a word? Contestation?
Contestation? I don't know. Something like that.
I don't know. Whatever. Well, if I want to contest them in the air, I would just get a lot of crossbows, dark shards, and stuff.
Yeah. Try and get a lot of ground to air support.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are made to be the strongest, I think.
Yeah, well, Tic-Tac-Toe, considering he literally can't go on the ground, like he's a flying-only lord, you would hope that he's one of the most powerful flying lords in the game.
He should be. He should be. He definitely should be. Fast forward, get some magic.
Get some magic. It's a bit quicker for me because, you know, Croc with his OP hero-level Greater Arcane Conduit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like I had another game that I didn't show against Black Iron because it was super one-sided, but it was Lizardmen versus High Elves, and I took Mazdamundi up on Slock with. All right, let's do this. I took Mazdamundi up on Slock, and oh, what am I trying to say? And I also took Croak and just like netted most of his army, and then just like used all the AoE spells, like Deliverance, like Ruination of Cities, like Bound Banishment, just all the spells. It was absolutely brutal.
Oh damn, they're actually doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. I mean, granted, the Hippogriffs are 2,000 and Albric is like 2,000, whereas both these guys are like 1,500, right, give or take.
Yeah.
So they should, by cost, win, but it's a matter of, you know. I guess you have healing as well. That wasn't the best cast. That should be fine. This is going to be close, I think. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, with this heal, I think you're losing it.
Maybe. I've got one more Harmonic Convergence. Yep. Oh, they just took way too much damage before they got it. Oh, man, that was... Yeah, they got terrified. Well, okay, so all it took was 4,000 points worth of Hippogriffs.
Did they give Albric a halberd in his hand? Oh, they did.
Yep, he's got a trident now.
Finally.
Oh, yeah. I love it. It's amazing.
Kill Croak. They did absolutely no damage.
Let's see if this does anything to Hippogriffs. Something tells me no, but I'm curious. It did a tiny bit. It didn't do nothing.
Yeah, it did some damage.
Definitely did something. Let me try dropping rocks on them. Just to stay in and fight. Stay in and fight. Yeah. I'm just out of curiosity here.
I also, yeah, I had a very weird engagement.
Yes, you did. I'm probably gonna hit army losses right now, but oh, I was a little late. Yeah, I totally missed. Oh well.
Hey, Davina.
So yeah, all it took was Alberic and 4,000, 4,000 points worth of hippogriffs.
And they got them down to half health.
Yeah.
So they did pretty well as well.
They did pretty well, all things considered. Yeah, that's interesting.
Let's try it with Luen though, with the Sword of Couronne. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, instead of the anti-large, like how much of a difference that makes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually kind of a good baseline test for Alberic as well. Like, is it more worth it to take the Sword of Couronne, or is it more worth it to take Alberic with his trident?
Alberic.
Or with the braid. I think that's it, right? The braid of Bordeleau?
I have no idea. I haven't even seen Bretonnia since the patch came out. I'm actually thinking of doing an Alberic campaign now.
Yeah? Is it fun? I haven't tried the new Alberic campaign with the new orcs and stuff you have to fight.
I have no idea what's the new orcs.
They added a new orc settlement like in the middle of Bretonnia.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll just go straight in this time because we got plenty of magic.
No. Hold on. I need 20... 11. Is that an 11 here? 12 and 11? Yeah, let's go.
I was a little late with the boy, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, that's... Well, you were late with Tic-Tac-Toe though.
I was, yeah. I was a little bit late. We'll see. He himself has taken almost no damage so far. But, I mean, obviously it's because he was late to the party.
I don't think he can take on Luen and the hip.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I got my cold-blooded off too late. I didn't get it in time. They get terrified. I think that is a bit of an issue with these guys, is they're not immune to psychology, so they will often get terrified away by whatever they're fighting.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's try it again with you, Tic-Tac-Toe, coming a little
yes,
bit
on time, not way off to the side.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think they're acting as how they should be. They're the strongest flying air force right now.
Yes, but they're also kind of glass cannons. Like, if you misplay with them, it's really easy to get them killed.
Yeah. The anti-large on the Ragnarok Spider is so good.
They gave it anti-large?
Yeah, man.
What? I didn't even see that.
It has a 14 bonus versus large.
That's awesome. Gojira really even used it against me, and I didn't even see that. That's funny.
So, fast forward to magic. Run away, little skink. Run away!
Ah, get away from me. You're not my mom. Oh, Skroak Krok will beat you up.
Stop it. Alright, let's do it.
Okay. Oh man, two of the boys are already down. It was even worse that time.
Yeah, because I actually timed my buffs and debuffs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think with the Sword of Corone, that makes a huge difference.
And I still use the Shield of Thorns, by the way.
Oh, yeah, plus 50% weapon damage. Holy cow.
Yeah, he like bitch slapped her ass like oh, on her face.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, they
But
still did okay, but it's just it's too much, I think, too many points worth. Like, you would need probably a second Pterodon, or a second Ripperdactyl to swing that, but...
Let's try it, but get the same amount of stuff, like the same gold worth, let's say.
Yep.
So mine is like 4,800.
Well, should we play one actual battle real quick? And then I think I'm gonna hop off for now.
All right, cool. Any matchup? Hey, Dav.
You there, Pharaoh?
I'm
here. Did we lose you? Is he gone?
Can you hear me?
I see you lighting up on Discord, but I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I think we might have lost him. Get away from me with that puny magic. Yeah, Mr. Deliverance of Itza here. Oof, so brutal. He doesn't even have that good of stats either, but yeah, it's absolutely brutal. Think we might have lost Pharaoh, so I want to say probably gonna call it. But yeah, I'm going to be getting some more battles coming soon. Hopefully I can get some time to play on the new patch. Planning to play as many battles as I can over the next few days, so yeah. Wait, you can hear him. You all can hear him, but I can't hear him? What is happening? That looks like he got off the call on Discord, so yeah. Here we go. Now can I hear you?
Can you hear me now?
The answer is no. Okay, so I don't know. I think it might be a problem on my end. Because, yeah. Like, I can see his voice on the desktop audio. Like, it's coming through on OBS, but it's not coming through on my headphones. The game sound is coming through, but Pharaoh is not. Say something again, Pharaoh?
Can you hear me?
There we go. Now you're here. Okay, I don't know what was going on. I think I figured it out.
So, any specific matchup?
I am down for pretty much whatever. I was planning on playing Lizardmen, so whatever you want to do.
Oh crap, that's a hard one. Should I go for? Britonia is a big no-no.
Yeah, that's really hard. I mean, you could try, but it's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah. I want to go with the greenskins, actually. I like this one.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what the boy can do.
It's going to be really hard for the greenskins, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I like playing hard matchups. Do it.
Do it. Okay, what do we want to do then, guys? Let's see what we want to do here.
You want to bring down the funds?
Oh, yeah, you know, we could do a custom 10,000 funds battle, but...
Okay, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
1,000 gold. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. This feels a little bit too far, what I'm doing here. That feels a little bit better.
items. Is it?
What did I do before? How did I do that? How did I afford all of that? What can we do here? I think that should be okay.
I'm going with a very weird build.
Me
An
too.
extremely weird build.
It's you're gonna have to try something new though in this matchup, right?
Yeah, more or less. So am I gonna pop my wall or not? Just a heads up. No, right? No, I won't. Okay.
Oh, because of stuff? I don't know. Who
Yeah,
has ability recharge time? I could bring a high mage, I guess, with Arcane Unforging. Is that what I want to do? Do I want to do that to you? No, we'll do something else.
That's like the meanest thing you can do to a Greenskins player playing as Lizard.
Right, especially Arcane Unforging, because it does so much single target damage.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not going to do that to you. I could bring Mazdamundi and do that, but I'm not going to. Oh, yep. Instead, we're going to go in a completely different direction. Well, not completely different, but somewhat related, albeit slightly different direction. I also could have changed the map, but that's fine. We'll just fight in the desert. Desert lizards. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's fairly straightforward. That's, I can't really say too much about your army composition, because it's just a bunch of black orcs. And I'm sure there's some hidden goblins there, but we're going to go find out.
Of course.
Of course. All the hidden goblins.
Of course. What's special about those Pterodon Riders?
The drop rocks does a ton of damage.
Okay.
And they also have physical resistance, so if you were trying to shoot back at them, which you are not, it would be a bit silly. I do see your squig hoppers back there, by the way. Don't think I don't see those.
Of course you see them. I'm not trying to be sneaky with them. Ah, damn, that's why. I was like, why can I afford a lot of stuff? That's because...
Did you bring all the spells?
No, I forgot a spooter. Oh, that's a big hit. That's a huge hit.
They're scared now. Why are they scared? Yes. That actually didn't do as much as I was hoping it would, but that's okay. It did enough.
I moved though. Like,
that you did.
Move. You know that Snake now gets recharged like every 10 seconds or something?
Yeah, it has a massive recharge time.
Yeah. Like 80, it takes 30 seconds, and then you got it again. Which is nothing. You know that this is the only way that I discovered how you can beat Lizardmen as greenskins?
Really? Just to go super heavy on the Black Orcs?
Yeah, just that's the only way, really. Any other way, you won't be able to do it. And use Grimgore, actually.
Oh yeah, Grimgore is very essential for sure.
Yeah. Yep, that's GG. Yep. And the only games I ever win as Lizardmen, as Greenskins versus Lizardmen, is using this build.
Really? It seems pretty decent.
It's the only one that can actually take the beating from the dino.
Yeah, it's just so much, man. That heavy dino presence. It's so much to deal with.
Like the Goblin Archer line, it doesn't work anymore.
No, I actually like Orc Airboys better because they have better AP.
Even though it don't work. Because the dino can just ignore the front line and go right through. And then you might think, okay, I'll send in the spiders to hold down the dino. Well, the dino will beat them as well.
There's still some random night goblins fighting out there.
Yeah, the AP loonies.
Yes. The loonies. Gotta get the loons. Oof. Tenwin's getting
don't die.
cracked by Grimgore.
Of course, man, it's Grimgore. It's fucking Grimgore.
Don't die, don't die.
One more hit, Grimgore. Don't be useless.
Oh, traffic jam. Stegodons are running into each other.
Yep, Grimgore is still useless. I really think they should have given him like more splash damage.
I think so too. I think that'd be a good solution. And maybe like a Queek ability where he can like blow everyone, like all the infantry around him back so that he doesn't get stuck in infantry blobs as easy. Like I think honestly if you give him like a Queek style like Verminous Valor type deal, he'd be golden.
It would be pretty good.
Oh man, well, I think that's it for the lads.
Yeah.
Well, GG, man. It was a fun one. Great way to send off that lizard testing, that first crazy 4v4, then we got some solid testing in, and now that build, that honestly, you did a ton of damage to Henowin. I just think the Thunderous one is so much to deal with. The Colossadons also did very well, also, but
Yes, yeah. The Colossadon, yeah, they kind of wrecked the Squigs as well.
Yeah, the one group of Squigs did pretty good going after the Skink Skirmishers, but because their armor's pretty light, like the other two groups were still able to keep firing. So they did okay. But yeah, the Colossadons wrecked the Skinks, or the Squigs that came in to help support that main line. Like, it just came in and rear charged, and they did a ton of damage. Pawhawk Sentinels with that early drop rocks when I forced the blob. That's kind of the idea, is you force the blob with the dinos and just use area of effect stuff to blow up your opponent.
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, thank y'all for coming out. Thank you very much for joining and testing, of course. Pharaoh, it's always a pleasure. And Zach Waite, Sauce Bros, everyone else that came out and joined for the stream, big thanks having y'all here. We'll be keeping it rolling with more content soon, so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you guys next time.